What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. In headlines today, I got an email from Kari. She winds up seeing a lot of headlines and sends them to me and says, "What do you think about this?" And most of the time, I'm like, I have never really seen anything like this, so it's interesting. But this one happens to be about a woman whose membership was revoked to LA Fitness because she was training her son at the gym, or she was doing what appeared to be like training her son at the gym. Now, someone approached her and told her that you can't train him because we have trainers here on staff and you can't train him. So apparently the way it went down is they were like, okay, I'm not training him, but I'm working out with him. This lady just happens to be a personal trainer too. Okay, she's working out with him and she's not training him. They leave, she comes back the next day, her membership has been revoked. Now here's the situation. As of right now, we're getting this lady's side of the story. The fact that she is a personal trainer is not going to really help her case much when she says, I'm not training my son, I'm working out with him. Now, I work for Gold's Corporate, and I was a Gold's manager for Gold's Corporate, the fitness manager. I also ran the sales department at the same time, as well as doing general managing of the gym. It's a long, complicated story, but everybody pretty much got fired from the gym. I was left there with the area director, Paul White, to run the gym basically until he could restaff it. And one of the things we had was they were in-house personal training. So they worked for the gym. There was no contract trainers. There was no people in there training on their own, splitting the money of the gym or anything like that. It was, if you worked at the gym, you could be a trainer there. If not, fine. And they would police this. They really would. So if you saw two people training together, because, let's face facts, people are always going to take advantage of a system. And people are not truthful. They fucking lie. So you see somebody training somebody, and you walk over there and say, hey, you can't be training. They're like, oh, no, I'm training with them. Although you haven't seen them do a single fucking exercise in 20 minutes. And the thing is, you have to watch so you don't look like an asshole when you walk over there. And you're watching and you're seeing very clearly that they're training this person. Not training with him. They're training him. Or them. Whatever. So, interesting story is a woman that I train now, Maria Rickard, actually was there with a client at Gold's before. And I was told to go up to her and tell her to stop training her client. I didn't know her from a hole in the wall at the time. I'd never met her before. I didn't even know she was a trainer. Approached them and she's like, I'm training with her. Okay, I just kind of backed off. They did their thing. I never saw her again, so it didn't really, register that she could have been training, not been training her, whatever. But, you have to approach the people because you're trying to protect your trainers, your employees, your staff. And the rule is, if you want to be trained by somebody, you hire them from the gym. They work at the gym, you hire them from the gym, and that's how it goes. Now, in the case with this lady who is training her son, or training with her son, if she wasn't a personal trainer, I'd be much more apt to believe this situation. Now, I don't know all the facts, but flat out, I'm telling you right now that there is more to this story than what we're hearing. What we're hearing is the gym is being an asshole, and the gym is being this, and the gym is being that, and flat out, it's just this lady complaining about, well, my son needs help. And they told him flat out, if you want to be trained, we have trainers here that can train you. So it's not like they're saying the kid has to go on his own and get hurt and use improper form. Whereas the lady in the video, she's like, I just want to train with him and it's a bonding experience. That's great. But if you walk into that gym and you have already done your workout for the day and you're working out with him and you're not actually doing the same things with him, he does a set, you do a set, he does a set, you do a set, and you're actually in there training the person and you're a personal trainer and the people that work there know you're a personal trainer, which I'm pretty sure they did. If you've been going there for a while, pretty sure they know you're a trainer either at another gym or out on your own in the studio. What do you think that's going to look like? And what do you think you're actually doing? You're actually, and I know for a fact that this lady, if she's a personal trainer, could have made it actually look like she was training with him if she was training with him. The problem is, it didn't look like she was training with him. She was training him. And that's what she got called on, and I'm pretty sure that, there's a policy at LA Fitness, just like there's at Gold's, you cannot do that. They don't revoke your membership the first time it happens either. They don't just revoke it. They give you a warning. So now, if they didn't give her a warning, then that's on them. But the bottom line is, as a trainer, she should have known the rules flat out when she was doing that. Like if I go to a new gym, I understand as a trainer, there are contract trainers and there are in-house trainers. And if I walk into a Gold's gym, some of them are franchises where you can train someone, some of them are not. So when I walk in there, if I had a son and I walked in with my son, I'd say, look, I'm going to be training with my son. Is that okay? I'm not going to train him. We're training together. You let them know what's going on. End of story. If you walk in there and you say, this is my son, I want to train him here, and they're like, look, we're in-house. You have to use one of our trainers. you don't do it. If you walk in and it's a franchise and you say, I want to train him, then they go, okay, you give us $15 for the hour, then, you know, you're all set. Even though you have memberships, it's $15 to train him in here. That's our cut of the thing. You pay that and you move on. Bottom line is this lady's a trainer and knew. She's not fucking dumb. She knew how this works. And now all of a sudden they see a way like, oh, I got to go to the media because of this. You're not dumb. If you're a personal trainer and you're that good, you've been doing it for a while, and that's your profession, you know how it works. Okay? So I'm not saying that she didn't get fucked over. I'm not saying that they didn't do the right thing, but I'm saying there's more to this story than has actually been reported. Why? Because I've seen this over and over again for the last 20 years. Every single time someone has something that they don't like happen to them, they're never in the wrong, and they fucking complain about it. And I think that, you know, it's, you know, I think it would be stupid for her to be a trainer and walk in there and not to ask the rules as to what's going on. And when you ask those rules, the manager, the general manager, the trainers, the training staff will know that you're just training with your kid, and there would not be any issues. So maybe there's a lack of communication on both parts, but what it boils down to is when you have that contract that you sign, you're supposed to read everything in that contract when you sign for membership, okay? And if you're not sure of something, when you walk in the gym, if you want to train somebody, you want to train with somebody, it's on you to talk about it to the club and get their okay or not. Walking in there just doing what you want later on and then poking at them saying, well, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. That's not how it works. Just so heads up so you guys know. Bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is a blog, and where this is the check before you train bicep, and we're out.